lived in Garland all my life. Started school in Garland, graduated Garland Independent School System, and lived through. It's been a home for me all my life. I've been in the funeral business since 1963 with the corporate structure for 30 years. And as a funeral director, and left there, left the management job to start my own business 22 years ago. I felt if I could be a funeral director and be management in a corporate business, I could certainly do that for myself. One of the best decisions I ever made was being in business for myself. I felt like I served the people better. Didn't have the corporate rules and structure that the corporate people have today that have to live with. And I started a business in Garland and expanded the business to Saxe and to McKinney and to Princeton. And as you're aware, over the last 20, 25 years, cremation has become a real part of our funeral industry, whereas traditionally for many, many years people felt like they would be buried in the family local cemetery or family plot, and then traditions have changed. Today the traditions have changed in all parts of our life. So cremation has become accepted by all religions, all cultures, pretty well. So as I saw this coming about, I left the corporate structure and management, started my own business, and started pursuing the cremation part of it. It's not the only thing we do, of course, but because cremation in Dallas County is running near 50% of the deaths that happen in Dallas County. So I felt like it's really important that I own my own crematory. So I invested in my own crematory. So once we receive the call, if it's a cremation, each time we pick the person up and we do the cremation, they never leave our care. So it's something that most families feel comfortable. Once they know that we're the funeral director that's made the call and they deal with us, we have their loved one in our care all the time. So I have a facility that I can hold their loved one, and we do the cremations. We try not to outsource anything. So some of the funeral homes outsource a lot of the things. Even the large funeral homes will outsource some of the things. Some of the funeral directors do not own a crematory because of expense. So I invested in this several years ago. So I own my own crematory. So that's been an important part of helping us serve the families along the cremation line. So, but the thing that I feel like I can bring into the industry is my experience of 1963, 54 years. This February 2063, 2017 be 54 years. So a lot of it was in the corporate world, but that's okay. It's a good company. I learned a lot. It's just a different, it changed from a family owned to a corporate while I was there, but I learned a lot. And it's a business that I know well. I've served many families in the corporate world, and it's my personal business. So it's something that when people come in, we have the time to deal with them. None of my employees are on commission. So when we deal with a family that's lost a loved one, rest assured, there's no commission paid for anything that while they're here. So in the large corporate structures, it's and I don't mean to be knocking a large corporate funeral industry, but it's like all large corporate. It's a bottom line driven company. So some of the funeral people that wait on families at the time death occurs are on a commission. So I don't think that's right. So none of my people are on commission. So this is a dream that I suppose every person has, is own their own business, and I thoroughly invested my life in it. And the employees I have, I'm so proud of them as we wait on families and they leave, and the letters we get back, how comfortable they've been in our funeral facilities, our funeral homes. They've been very comfortable. that's rewarding, is to know that things were handled properly, the families were pleased. So that's what I built my business on. And as we go in the northeast Texas area, the crematory that I have, we do a lot of cremations for not just here in the Dallas County area, but for counties around the area. So when they're dealing with someone that's not corporate, they feel like they have a closer contact, always pretty much with the same person. So it's just something that I built my business around, and I'm looking forward to answering any phone calls that come in that we can help. Anyone wants to come by and visit with any employees at any time, we're here. As you're well aware, and I'm well aware in the business, most people don't know a lot about the funeral industry. So people call us or come by and ask us questions, and we're grateful that we can sit down and explain a little bit about the funeral industry, the cultures, the cost, the laws, the rules, the regulations, whatever may come along. And this is something that we're comfortable by sitting down and explaining to people whatever they need to know in the funeral industry. And we get a lot of calls, so people are calling. In today's world, the social media gives a lot of people a lot of information. But sometimes the social media doesn't always give you the correct information. So I feel it's important, if you have a pending death or you need some information, you're not for sure, doesn't cost anything. We're glad to help you sit down and discuss this with you. So the numbers will be given to you, and always feel free to contact us. So we're here to help you in several locations, and that's the business that we are in. So the death care industry at our funeral home is our business, and that's our only business. So feel free to call us anytime.